All right. India today houses over 1,17,900 seats that we are going to be looking at. At the time of recording this video, that is the seat count that is going to be there. And these seats, every single one of this seat has to go through something called as the counseling process that is going to be there. So NEET examination done, NEET results announced, and then what next? How do you get into a medical college? Well, there is the counseling process that you'll have to go to, and the counseling process that is going to be there is going to get divided under two umbrellas of counseling. One is the MCC's counseling, which is the all India level counseling that we will see, and the other is the state quota counseling. Every single state has its own different type of counseling that is going to be there. So all in all, 35 plus counseling processes that are going to be there, and a total of over 1,17,900 plus seats that we will see in India. And in that, the MCC counseling houses over 20% of the seats. Yes, 20% of 1 lakh, almost 18,000 seats that are going to be there is going to be conducted by the MCC's counseling process. How does this MCC's counseling process work? Should you or will you be eligible to participate in the MCC's counseling work? That is what we are going to be discussing today in our video, where we'll help you understand why and who should participate for the MCC counseling, how many different types of colleges that are going to be there, what is the seat count that is going to be there divided across these colleges, and what are the different types of MCC counseling process. Yes, just because I say MCC, there are multiple different types of seats that you will encounter under the MCC, and what is the different type of reservation policies that are going to be there, which is going to be followed with, most importantly, after you've gotten an overview of the MCC, how does the counseling process work and what should you do to secure your best medical college that is there. All right. Now, we've been talking about MCC so many times. Well, the MCC stands for the Medical Counseling Committee, which is again the sole authority for counseling for your medical, dental, as well as your nursing courses that are going to be there from the all India perspective that is going to be there. Sitting in the national capital of Delhi, the MCC guides and also ensures that there is transparency that is going to be maintained across all the different types of counselings that are going to be there. So, in a simple way to put it, MCC is the boss of the counselling that is going to be there, and they're going to take charge to ensure that the entire counselling is going to happen in all fairness as well. Okay. Now, before we dive a little more deeper into the MCC's counselling process, let us understand how the colleges are going to be set up in India as well. Now, in India, the colleges are majorly going to get divided into 4 different types of colleges. You have your government medical colleges, you have your private medical colleges, you have your deemed universities, followed by which you have your central universities that are going to be there. Well, we'll understand what are the count of all of these colleges from a medical perspective as well as the dentistry perspective when we look at it. As of today, India houses over 398 government medical colleges that are going to be there, followed by which a total of 296 private medical colleges across the country, and there are 25 central universities, meaning these colleges are funded directly by the Union of India, and then we have a whopping number of 57 deemed universities that are there across the country. Similarly, when we are looking for the same of dentistry, we have over 50 government dental colleges that are going to be there, 2 central dental universities that you will see in the state of UP, followed by which 230 dental private colleges, and a total of 34 deemed dental universities that we will see across. So all in all, about 316 dental colleges, followed up with about 776 medical colleges are there, spread across the 28 states and the 8 union territories of India that we look at it. Okay. Now, after we've gotten an understanding of the different types of colleges, now let's dive into what the MCC has to offer. Now, under the MCC, there are different types of counselings that are going to be there. You have something called as the All India Kota that is going to be there. The AIMS and the JIPMERS and the central universities, yes, all of them is going to be done by the MCC itself. Followed by which a very, very interesting concept called as the ESI medical colleges, the Employee State Insurance medical colleges that are going to be there. Followed by which the 57 deemed universities come under the MCC's counselling itself. And India's premium army-based medical college, the Armed Forces Medical College, which is located in Pune in Maharashtra, followed by which certain colleges of Delhi as well is going to be done or conducted by the MCC itself. Alright, with that, we'll understand all of these in a little more detail on what is the All India Quota, what is ESI, what is deemed universities, and what should you expect when you're participating in the medical counseling committee. Alright. Now, the first and foremost thing we'll understand the All India Quota, or also very commonly called as the 15% All India Quota. So, what does this mean is all the government medical colleges of the country offer 15% of their seats to the center. For example, let us take a Seth GS Medical College in Maharashtra, or a Madras Medical College in Chennai, or let us take a Bangalore Medical College in Karnataka. When you look at it, they are all under the state quota counseling, but 15% of the seats is given to the center, wherein anyone who is not a domicile or a native or a local of that particular state can still go on and take a seat. Meaning, if I am from Karnataka, I can also still try for a government medical college in the state of Maharashtra or Tamil Nadu without being a domicile of that particular state. So this is where the 15% of the seats that are going to be there, and the fees for the same is going to range from anywhere around 6,000 and goes up to almost 4.5 lakh rupees per annum. Yes, you heard that right. Yes, I told government medical colleges, but there are certain government medical colleges whose fees are also relatively on the higher end. So whenever they say government, don't think it's just going to be 1.5 lakh rupees, but it can also extend up to 4.5 lakh rupees per annum that is there. So usually last time around we saw almost about 8,300 seats in the year 2024, 9,000 plus seats are expected in 25, and then so on and so forth. The seats are going to increase as well. So the competition is going to be from an all India level, but the chances of also having education without the state borders can be achieved via the All India Quota under the MCC. Then we move to the premium institutes of the country, the AIIMS, JIPMER and the central universities. And whenever you ask anyone which is the best medical college in the country, naturally everyone's answer is the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, which is situated in New Delhi. But how many AIIMS are actually there in the country? Well, that's a very, very interesting question that is going to be there. So India as of today houses 20 total AIIMS which are there across the globe, across the country rather, of which 17 are in the northern part of India and the central part of India, and where we have 3 AIIMS which are in the southern part of India, and collectively these 20 AIIMS offer 2,207 seats for the All India Counselling. And yes, you don't have to be a domicile of a particular state. 100% of the seats are open for everyone from any particular state in India to participate. Similarly, when we are looking at JIPMER, there are 2 different JIPMERs that you will see, but both of them in the Union Territory of Puducherry. One we refer to as JIPMER Pondicherry, the oldest that is going to be there. And then you have the relatively newer installment, which is JIPMER Karaikal, which was established in the year 2016. So collectively, they're offering a total of 243 seats that are going to be there. But here's an interesting part. If you are watching this video from Pondicherry, you have something called as the internal quota that you can claim, meaning a certain amount of seats are only reserved for candidates that are from Pondicherry, but you have to participate in the MCC's counselling to get into this internal quota of JIPMER as well. Well, and the remaining seats are again open for all the candidates from all over the country to participate. Followed by which, when we look at the central universities, we categorize them into 2, that is the Aligarh Muslim University and the Banaras Hindu University, both in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Again, 100% of the seats are going to be through MCC. BHU offers you a total of 100 seats that are going to be there open for all the candidates, but Aligarh Muslim University has a different setup. 50% of the seats is going to be open for everyone. 50% they have something called as the internal quota that is going to be there. The cutoffs go fairly low for the same. And apart from that, if you're a non-resident Indian or a foreign national, there are also 5 NRI seats in a government medical college, that is Aligarh Muslim University, that is going to be there. So these 2 central universities carry a total of 250 seats that you're essentially going to be looking at. Okay. As we move along to the next type, so we've understood the All India Quota, the AIIMS, JIPMER and the central universities, 2 types of seats that you will encounter in the MCC. The third type of seat that is going to be there is the ESI medical colleges. Here, this is a very, very interesting aspect. So if the parents are watching, or if the future doctors of the country are watching, well, go and ask your parents what their current salary is. Well, I'm not trying to ask or breach into your personal space, but if either of your parents' income is going to be lesser than 21,000 rupees per month and they have an ESI card, they can claim for something called as the IP ward quota, where about 467 seats are reserved only for such candidates who have the ESI card that is going to be there. What is the benefit? 11 ESI medical colleges throughout the country, when you're looking at it, fees is in and around that 1 lakh rupees per annum or beyond. But if you're an ESI candidate or you come out or you're claiming for the 467 seats, then your fees is just going to be 24,000 rupees per annum. So that's a great deal of benefit that you're getting. And also, because the seats are reserved only for you, the cutoff, what usually goes for ESI medical colleges is on the higher end. The cutoffs are much lower when you're claiming for the ESI medical colleges cutoff. Just to give you a heads up about it, in the year 2023, someone with a score of 155 who was an ESI candidate also got into a government medical college at just 24,000 rupees that is going to be there. So now that's a great deal of benefit. So if you do not know about this reservation, this is a very crucial reservation for you to claim, and if you're falling under it, then it is going to be helping you a lot. Now, we've discussed 3. The number 4 is a very, very prestigious institute, which is the Armed Forces Medical College, which is in Pune. All right. Now, a very interesting fact about this college, you're not only going to be trained as a doctor in this medical college. I'm studying MBBS. Why will I not be trained as a doctor? Yes, you're going to be trained as a doctor, but also as an army cadet as well. Yes. So there are a total of 150 seats that are there in AFMC, out of which 115 seats are for male candidates, about 30 seats are going to be for female candidates, and the remainder of the 5 seats are nominated by the government of India for the friendly foreign nationals that are going to be there. Now, the AFMC process works a little different. While for the other 3, everything is going to be online on the MCC's portal, for the AFMC, the process is going to be offline. But why are we talking it under the MCC's counselling process? Well, at the time of registration for your MCC, you have to put a tick mark saying, yes, sir, I am interested to participate in the Armed Forces Medical Counselling. Then they will shortlist you and they will call you to the AFMC campus in Pune offline, where you have an internal examination that is going to be there. You will have to also have a face-to-face interview with a panel of Army generals, a few other tests, and the medical fitness test. Only once you've cleared all of these, only then will you get admitted into AFMC. Now, we'll go back to the original point. I told you the special interesting fact about this. Why are you trained as an army cadet? Well, after 5.5 years of MBBS plus internship, you will have to serve in the Indian Army for a minimum period of 7 years. Else, you'll have a penalty of 69 lakh rupees that is going to be there, which is going to keep increasing year on year depending on when you're watching this video. But as of 2025, the penalty is set at 69 lakh rupees that is going to be there. So, as much as an honor and pride is there to serve the nation, you'll also have to factor in, does it align with your goals on why you are becoming a doctor as well. So, we've completed all of the government types of seats that are going to be there in the AFMC, that is your All India Kota, the AIMS, JIPMER and the central universities, which is then followed up with your ESI medical colleges and the Armed Forces Medical College. Now, we'll move to the deemed universities that is going to be there, which are basically universities on their own. They have been given the autonomous status. What does this autonomous status mean? They get to decide their own fees. They get to conduct their own examinations. They get to schedule the examinations at any given point in time. The intervention of the National Medical Commission is going to be very, very limited here. Now, in India, we see 57 deemed universities that are going to be there, and they offer 2 different types of seats that are going to be there. One is the management quota, followed by which then you have the NRI quota that is going to be there. Usually 85 to 100% of the seats are going to be under the management quota, and about 15% or up to 15% is going to be the NRI quota. Now, why do I say up to 15%? Some of the colleges does not offer the NRI quota that is going to be there. So that is going to be one more particular aspect that you need to look at if you are willing to participate via the NRI quota as well. Now, the fees for the management quota, if you're a female candidate, starts from 10 lakh rupees and goes up to 30 lakh rupees per annum. And if you're a male candidate, the fee starts from 16 lakh rupees and goes up to 30 lakh rupees per annum. Yes, the fees may be on the heavier side, but also know that the quality also are going to be excellent in these deemed universities as well. Well, not all the deemed universities, but you should know which deemed universities are good, which deemed universities are not worth the money that you're willing to pay. To know more about all of these, to know more about the colleges and the process, you can always connect to the team of Hello Mentor. You can book a free one-to-one session with our team. Click on the details below and you will be able to book a free one-to-one session as well. Now, I told you 57 deemed universities that are going to be there. Now, in the state of Tamil Nadu is where you will see the highest number of seats for deemed universities, followed by which the highest number of medical deemed universities are there in the state of Maharashtra, that is going to be there. And Karnataka has about 12 deemed universities, and 83.5% of the seats are located in the south of India when we include Maharashtra as well. So that means 47 out of 57 deemed universities are in the southern part of India, including Maharashtra. And deemed universities also offer to you something that is called as the minority quota seats that is going to be there. Now, what do we mean by the minority quota? If your religion, you follow Jainism, or if you follow Islam, there are colleges that are offering the minority seats as well. So this was relatively about the different types of MCCs counseling. And if you're watching from Delhi, well, yes, now Delhi gets split into two different universities. You have the Delhi University and you have the Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. Under the GGS IPU, there are 5 different medical colleges that are going to be there, and under the DU, that is the Delhi University, there are 3 different colleges. Now, the DU colleges, the complete counseling for the 15% All India quota or the 85% of the state quota that is going to be there is going to be conducted by the MCC itself. Along with that, out of the 5 Indraprastha University colleges, 2 colleges of the Indraprastha University is going to be conducted by the MCC. The remaining 3 will have to undergo the Delhi State Counselling, which is the IPU counselling or the Indraprastha University counselling that is going to be there. So, if you're watching from Delhi, want to understand, do not want to be a part of all of this confusion, you can reach out to the team of Hello Mentor and we'll be more than happy to help you along the way. Now, we've understood how the seats are, how the different types of counselings that are going to be there. And I told you, 20% of the 1,18,000 almost seats that are there in India are under the MCC's counselling. Okay, now they are also, again, will you be eligible for almost all the 24,000 seats that are going to be there? Well, no. The reservation policy comes into the picture where you see the caste-based reservation, you see income-based reservation, and you also have a disability-based reservation. So, here's a technique that we remember these reservations. We call it the CID, the caste, income and disability based reservations. Now, on the caste based, you have the general merit, OBC, SC and ST reservations that are going to be there. On the basis of income, we have something called as the EWS. If the family's income is going to be lesser than 8 lakh rupees, plus there are 4 other criteria to claim the EWS quota, this becomes an income based reservation that is going to be there. And we have the person with disability, which is a horizontal reservation, which is a disabled quota that is there under the MCC's counselling. So this sums up the reservation policy for the government seats under the MCC. As far as the deemed universities is concerned, it doesn't matter what category, what income you are on, it is only management quota or an NRI quota seat that is going to be there. Then reservations will not play a role in the process of your deemed universities, but minorities is only going to be there in the deemed university. So if you're a Muslim, if you're claiming the Jain quota, then you have colleges that are offering the minority quota seats as well that is going to be there. Okay. Now, an overview how the reservations are split, we've gotten a very good clarity. All right. Now, what do you do with this information? You have to enter the counseling. And when it comes to the counseling, the first and the foremost step is going to be the registration process. Now, when you're registering, we've understood the different types of counselings that I told you there. If you're registering for the government seats, that is the All India quota, ESIC, AFMC or the AIMS, JIPMER and the central universities. And if you're a general merit or an EWS candidate, your registration fee is going to be 1,000 rupees and your refundable security deposit is going to be 10,000. Similarly, if you're an OBC, ST or an SC candidate or a PWD candidate, then your registration fee is just 500 rupees and your refundable security deposit is going to be 5,000 rupees. But irrespective of what category you come under, if you're going to be participating for the deemed universities, then your registration fee is at 5,000 rupees and your refundable security deposit at 2 lakh rupees that is going to be there. Now, I've kept saying refundable security deposit, but this security deposit is only refundable under certain terms and conditions as well. Well, I'll give you a little bit of an insight. A lot of people lose this refundable security deposit, and as of 2024, our analysis says that almost 26 crores were lost by the students that were participating in the MCC's counseling only by losing their security deposit. So this is how much MCC earned by the students making mistakes in their counseling. So you shouldn't be one of them. That is why next up we are understanding how the entire counseling process works. Once your registration is complete, what is the next step? You have to give your list of colleges that you're interested in. That is the choice filling process that is going to be there. Now, what is the choice filling? Add your first option. Yes, this is my first preference, second preference, third preference. You add your colleges and then MCC will process these results, and after 2 days of your choice filling ending, they will announce the results. Now, once the results are announced, there are only two possibilities that are there. You will either get a seat or you will not get a seat. Now, if you have not gotten a seat, well, there's no reason to lose hope. We will try for the same in the second round of counseling. But if you have gotten a seat, MCC gives you three options. Option number one, yes, I got the college of my choice. Let me take admission and entirely exit the counseling process because I got what I wanted. That is, accept and report to the medical college. Second, I like this medical college, but can I get a better college in the second round? I don't want to risk leaving the seat. So what will I do? I will block the seat and go for an upgradation, and I will try for another better college in the second round of counseling. Third, I added this college by mistake. I changed my mind. I do not want to go to this medical college. Then MCC says you have a free exit. Free exit, why? Your talwar or the sword hanging of the security deposit is going to be safe. There is no problems with it. So who all will be eligible to participate for the second round of counseling? Well, someone who's gone for the upgradation, someone who's opted for the free exit, or someone who's not been allotted a seat. But along with these three types of candidates, someone who cannot register for the first round but wants to participate in the second round of counseling of MCC will be allowed to register once again as well. So every state and the MCC has a different rule set. Karnataka has a different rule set. Andhra has a different rule set. Telangana has a different rule set. Delhi has a different rule set. So if you want to know how the counseling works across the country, across different states, all you have to do is subscribe to the Hello Mentor channel and hit the bell icon, because in this ultimate NEET UG counseling series, we're not only going to be covering MCC but all the different types of state quota counseling as well. So stay tuned for more and more updates that are going to be coming up. Now, coming back to the round 2, yes, you can freshly register. Along with the fresh registrations, candidates who were a part of the first round who did the choice filling, that is now nullified. You will have to do the choice filling all over once again, and after you've done the choice filling once again, 2 days for the results to announce. After 2 days, you will be given two options once again. Either you're allotted with the seat or you're not allotted with the seat. If you're allotted with the seat, once again you have three options. You like the college, go ahead and take it. You are still want to try for a better college. Well, human tendency, can I get something better? You can hold the second round seat. You can go for the third round of counseling as well. Now, there's a lot of people who ask me this question, can I go back to the first round college? I don't like the second round college. I want my first round college. Well, a very interesting question. You can connect with our team to get the answer for that. Followed by which, the third option that you have, again, you've made a mistake. You've changed your mind. You don't want to get into the college that you have gotten. That means you can exit the counseling, but you will lose your security deposit. So the up to 2 lakh security deposit that you've paid is now gone through the process. So that is going to be a crucial part of the information, where that is where people start losing their money. So your second round of choice filling has to be precise. What if you're not allotted a seat? In the first round, you went for an upgrade. In the second round, you did not get an upgradation. You can go back to the first round college, or you can once again participate in the third round of counseling for a better seat. So the human tendency, the urge to get something better is still alive, and you can participate for the third round of counseling. You still did not get a seat in the first or the second round of counseling. Well, not to worry, there's always the third round of counseling that is going to be there, and you can participate in the third round. Now, who all are eligible for the third round? Someone who went for an upgradation, someone who still not gotten a seat, someone who did not get upgraded in the second round can still participate in the third round of counseling. Along with these candidates who got a seat in the second round but did not take up that seat and exited by losing their security deposit can again register for the MCC's counseling process once again and participate in the third round. Third round, once again, you have to do the choice filling all over once again. This time, again, two possibilities. You either get a seat or you do not get a seat. You don't get to the seat, move to the stray vacancy round, which is the fourth round of counseling. But if you've gotten a seat, you have only two possibilities. You have to get into that medical college or a dental college. And if you choose not to, you are going to lose your security deposit that has been paid earlier, and you're not allowed to participate for the stray vacancy round once again. Now we move to the stray vacancy round. Who can participate in the stray vacancy round? Fresh registrations are allowed. Someone who did not participate in round 1, round 2 or round 3, and also who has not gotten a seat in the previous rounds are allowed for the stray vacancy. But here you do the choice filling, you get a seat, well and good, take it. If you're not taking the seat, you lose the security deposit, no problem. But the bigger challenge is you will be debarred from writing the NEET UG examination for the following year, and this is an MCC rule. So be very, very careful if you're going to the stray vacancy round. Do not play around with the counseling, because this is going to be very, very crucial. So now you've understood how a lot of people lost their 2 lakhs, 10,000s, 5,000s last time. And that is where MCC had an earning of about 26 crores because the people lost their security deposits that are there. So you shouldn't make the same mistakes. Now I'm sure that there are so many different questions that are there. Niranjan, you told me there are 35 different counseling processes. Should I participate in MCC? Should I only focus on state? This is my rank. This is my reservation. What are my best possibilities? These are my budget. There's so much more confusion that is going to be there. And that is why you can connect with the team of Hello Mentor, where you will be able to avail a free one-to-one session, and you will be able to get an understanding of how you should approach the counseling and what is your strategy for your NEET score. Because we at the team of Hello Mentor here, we believe is for every NEET score, for every NEET rank, there's a medical seat, but you need to be very smart in your counseling. If you still haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're watching us for the first time, hit the subscribe button and click on the bell notifications, because we're coming up with a series of different overviews of counseling processes, which is going to help you understand the complex counseling process and tackle it in the smartest steps possible. So see you around. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we wish you the very best for the entire counseling. And one last point before we leave is, if you want all of this data that we've spoken about at the end of your, or the tip of your fingertips, all you have to do is click on the link below, www.portal.hellomentor.in, where we've gotten all of the information across the country into one single platform. So you don't have to go rushing around everywhere to find the information. Everything is going to be in one single platform, which is going to give you a comprehensive understanding and your possibilities of how you can get into a medical college this year. So thank you once again for so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.